whole area had mullet. And I used to walk every day after work. I'd come home, I'd stop somewhere, catch a mullet or two for dinner.
The mullets was so much. It was taking the canoes, you know. The mullet come out from the kuli grass, I think. Boom, hit the boat. So much mullet before. And white crab.
The story that was told to me by Uncle Joe Tassel and others, Joe Lucella, he was the Konahiki out in Maunalua Bay. And every year he's waiting for the mullet to come in. He's waiting for that time of year when they come in to spawn in Maunalua Bay. And that's the kind of the highlight of the year is when that huge school, as far as the eye could see, when they come into Maunalua Bay. And so he's down at the makaha, the gate, and then he opens up the wood gate, and you think the fish are gonna all escape from the big fish pond, because it was a massive fish pond, but it's actually the opposite. They swim against the current. They smell that fresh water, and and all the green limo, the ele. They forget about the fish pond. It's really about the fresh water and the limo.
Now, one of the things that's come up in our discussions has been the impact of losing springs and fresh water, because that's absolutely essential to the balance, especially the nearshore balance for all marine life. One of the places that I surfed a lot, and still do, is in front of Wailupi Peninsula. And every time you go through the water there to paddle out the boat channel to go surf, you hit freshwater springs. And if you look on all of the old maps of Wailupi Valley, Aina Haina as we call it now, but you can see that there are springs right there at the west edge of the old fish pond, which is now filled in to make Wailupi Peninsula.
Maunalua Bay was alive, and I attribute that to all the natural effluents that would flow into the bay every time it rained, and even the flooding events. The good stuff would go into the wetlands and be filtered out. All of that nutrient settled in the bay. And then, of course, development came.
After Kaiser dredged the Hawaii Kai Marina, after he built all of his residential islands within the marina, he opened the marina to the open ocean. And all of that material that was in there came pouring through the boat channel. It went west, going with the current and going with the trade winds. That was the beginning of all of the major changes that changed the entire habitat. It changed the marine life out there, particularly the limu. The limu kohu on the outer edge of the reef, the limu vavaiole inside the reef, and especially their favorite, which was the limu manawea, which was also inside the reef. Those limus disappeared and eventually were replaced with invasive species.
As the years went by, it got less and less. The thing that I haven't seen for, I would say, 30 years is the little baby mullets. You don't see them anymore, not even in the rivers.
I learned that during the 1990s, when I was going to college, I remember them widening Kalaniane'ole Highway. And that was great for us because the traffic got a lot better. But what I didn't know was that the State Department of Transportation crushed a very large, important freshwater spring that ran underground in a lava tube under the highway.
The unseen thing is the water table. Why have all the streams run dry? Everybody thinks it's being blocked by development. No, we consume so much water, the water table dropped to the point that most of the streams have dried up. And we cannot put water back into the water table. That's nature.
And they talk about the water table dropping. Well, the best example I can think of is Blaisdell Arena. That well that's been there has been there since it existed. When it first was started pumping water, you know what they had in that pond? Koi, fresh water. Today, what they got in there? Uluas, barracudas.
There's a reason that things have happened. And if you look Mauka, before there was nothing. Now every ridge, there's a development. And every ridge now has roads. And every road has a sewer system. And guess where all of that goes? Kill the bay. And yet we're going to try and protect the coral reef, and we're going to try. You know, we got to take 10 steps back and go to the source. And the Hawaiians had it right, the indigenous people, Mauka to Makai. Yeah? You got to take care of Mauka to protect the Makai. If you take care the Aina and you protect the Wai, the Kai will be taken care of. And that's what we forgot.
Fish is a renewable resource. A limo is a renewable resource. All you need is a good ecosystem, a good clean ecosystem. Like one good farmer, you're gonna have a good ecosystem for his papaya, let's say, or his corn. You're gonna make sure everything in that field is perfect for him to succeed. The ocean is the same way.
Just imagine if we let the ocean become healthy again. We got so much to gain. Maybe we can go pick Manuela again. Yeah. When the south wind comes and go down to Kauai Park and Kauai Park and pick up the clean limo right off the beach. Those are the kinds of things that I'd like to look forward to, you know. I don't have much years left, but for guys like yourselves, that this stuff will come back enough so that you can experience what we experienced growing up.